Hi everyone, it's Becky with A Better Way to Homeschool, and today I wanted to give just a quick lesson on divisibility rules for math for those of you that might be struggling. Divisibility means that a number can be evenly divided by another number without a remainder left over. So what does that mean? If I have the number 10 and I want to divide the number 10 into two equal groups, I'm going to be left with 5 in each of the groups, right? So that means that 10 is divisible by 2 because it can be evenly divided into two groups. Does that make sense? So what I'd like to do in about 5th grade, sometimes in 4th grade, it depends on your student. Your student will need to learn these things called divisibility rules, and they're really helpful when it comes to reducing fractions, and I want you to be very comfortable when you're working with divisibility rules. So you're staring at the number 10 right now for a reason. 10 is the easiest of the divisibility rules to learn because any number that ends in a 0 is divisible by 10. If it does not end in a 0, it is not divisible by 10. Does that make sense? Ending with a 0, divisible by 10. If a number ends in the number 5, like say the number 25, if a number ends in the number 5, or if it ends in the number 0, then that number is divisible by 5. So if it ends in just a 0, it's divisible by 10, but it's also divisible by 5. And if it ends in a 5, then it is divisible by 5. You got that? So next, I'm going to kind of buzz through these, knowing that you can rewind and watch this again. How do you know if a number is divisible by 2? Well, it's really simple. If the number is even, like the number 56, any even number is divisible by 2. Again, any even number is divisible by 2. So what about being divisible by 3? Well, 3 is, when you read the divisibility rule for 3, it says a number that is divisible by 3 when the sum of its digits equal a number that is divisible by 3. What? Okay, let me explain. First of all, a digit is a number regardless of which place it is in the place value within a number. So right now this is the digit 5, but when I put it next to the 6, 5 is now representing the number 50 in the number 56. So if I add the numbers 5 and 6 together, I get the number 11. 11 is not a number that is divisible by 3. So say, let me try one that actually is divisible by 3. Say the number 9. Actually, say the number 39. If I take the numbers 3 and 9 here, and I want to find out if it's divisible by 3, all I do is I add the 3 plus the 9, which gives me 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, it is, because 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I know that 39 is divisible by 3. So again, in order to determine whether or not a number is divisible by 3, you simply take the sum of all of its digits. So here, let me add another digit, and now we have the number 396. Well, so how do I tell? First of all, I can tell you right now it is divisible by 2. Do you remember why? Because it is an even number, and any number that is even is divisible by 2. But is it divisible by 3? Well, let's add the digits together. 3 plus 9 is 12, plus 6 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes, it is, because 18 divided by 3 is 6. So the number 396 is divisible by 3. So far you know that a number is divisible by 10 if it ends in a 0. You know it's divisible by 5 if it ends in a 5 or a 0. You know it's divisible by 2 if it's an even number. And you know it's divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits equals a number that is divisible by 3. Phew, big words, huh? But it's okay, don't fear. The next one is the number 4. And 4 has two different ways that determine whether it's divisible by 4. The easiest, the first way, is if the number ends in 2 zeros. So, and I only have 1 0 right here. So say this was the number 400. 40, and imagine another 0 right here. If it ends in 2 zeros, like the number 400, then it's divisible by 4. If the number ends in a number that is divisible by 4, so we know 36 divided by 4 is 9. So 36 is divisible by 4, but say I make it a much bigger number. Say I make it 2,736. Well, we only look at the last two digits, and the last two digits are 36. 36 is divisible by 4, so therefore 2,736 is divisible by 4. Now the last one, this is a good example because this last number is also divisible by 9. Now how do you tell if a number is divisible by 9? Well, it's a lot like 3. You take the sum of its digits, and that answer should be divisible by 9. So 7 plus 2 is 9, and 3 plus 6 is 9. So therefore 9 plus 9 is 18. I hope I'm not losing you. 18 is divisible by 9. So therefore 2,736 is divisible by 9. So again, a number is divisible by 9 if, when you add its digits together, you get to a number that is divisible by 9, like 36. I hope this helps you with teaching and reinforcing your divisibility with your kids. I've created an activity packet, which I have the link for down below this video. I've created 14 fun divisibility games and activities, everything from tic-tac-toe and bingo and a memory game to help reinforce just learning these divisibility rules. And there are some helps in there. It's loaded with keys, answer keys, and helps that will help you if you're not at all familiar with divisibility. So again, this is Becky with The Better Way to Homeschool. I hope you have a wonderful time teaching your kids the divisibility rules and allowing them to have everything they need in order to master this really important skill. Have a wonderful day.